first and foremost, when it comes to the personal side of credit, is having good personal credit important to the business funding side? And if so, why?
That is the most important part in business funding, right? Your personal report is going to be what allows you to go get access to that capital. You got bad credit, you are not about to go get 150, 200,000 of funding. It just ain't happening. I don't care what anyone tells you. You're gonna need that personal credit. The reason why is because when you go for business funding, that's what they're going to look at. They're going to look at your personal data points plus how your LLC is set up, and that's what's going to dictate if you get approved and for how much, right? Mm-hmm. So foundationally, you got to get that right. I tell people the way you build that out is making sure you have at least 10 primary accounts, right? Making sure if you do have credit cards that your utilization, I tell under 15, preferably between 2 and 9%.
Facts.
Making sure you got no lates, no derogatories. We got to be 100% clean, right? And then you want to make sure your age is super important, that people understand, like, the biggest factor in you getting high limits outside of it being clean is the average age, right? Because that's going to tell a story. How much credit you've handled is going to be the number of accounts, but how old your credit history is, that's going to dictate, okay, this person's handled credit for a while. Let's say you just started getting credit. You come to me. If your age is, a year or 2 years, I don't know if I'm looking to give you $40,000, $50,000 in funding because you haven't shown me that you've handled different limits or handled different funding for a long period of time. So that credit age is very important.
It's huge. So now listen, right? You said you want this to be a masterclass, so we're going to go from start to finish. We're going to break this thing down. You understand? Mm-hmm. If I'm listening to this episode right now, all right, Darius just told me personal credit is everything when it comes to getting business funding. But I don't got no personal credit. I have nothing. My credit report don't even exist, right? What are some different credit building accounts? What are some different things that I can go and apply for to start building my credit profile out?
Okay, cool. So this is how you build your credit profile. If your score is at 0, you got nothing going on, right? So first thing we're going to do is we could go add self, right? We can add Kickoff. We can add Credit Strong. We can add the Tomo card, which you're going to get that with no inquiry. You can go check out an extra debit card. It is a debit card, but it allows you to build credit, right? Another thing you can do is you can go add Navy Fed pledge loan. And I'll say you're not in Navy. A lot of credit unions have these pledge loans. They call them like shared secure loans. DCU has that, right? AFCU has that. So you go add a couple of those pledge or secured share loans, just like that. You had 8 accounts. Then we could go add some rental accounts, right? Most people don't even know you could report your rent, right? So a lot of us, we just living, we paying rent every month.
Facts.
But we don't understand that we could be building our credit, right? So you could go check out Rental Karma. You could check out Rent Reporter, right? So the hack with these is not only these are gonna report as primary accounts, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna allow you to backdate. So remember when I talked about that age being a huge factor?
Right.
Now imagine you lived at your mom's house and you 25 years old, right? You could literally go sign up for those 2 accounts. Most people are gonna see it says, well, allow you to backdate 24 months, right? That's what it says. But when that question comes up, what was your moving date? Whatever you put for that moving date is what's going to be reported when it updates on your credit profile. So you could backdate all the way to when you were 18. So now you have 2 7-year accounts that are reporting on your credit.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
And that's light, right? So far, now we have 10 accounts, 10 primaries reporting, right? We got some decent age. A lot of newborns with those other accounts, but we got some decent age. If we want to go increase that age even more, what we could do is, let's say you got someone in your family who, let's say his mom Duke, she's had a $20,000 credit card. Maybe she's had it for 20 years, right? Maybe because our parents, they probably been a little more responsible because they ain't really like leveraging, right?
Facts.
So what we can do is we can say, hey, mom, I want to know if you could add me as an authorized user on that credit card, right? Now, that 20-year history that she had on that credit card, in 30 days when your credit report updates, you're now going to have another 20-year account. So now we got them 2 7-year accounts. We got a 20-year account, which is going to bring up our average. Then what we can do if we're still 3.5 years and we want to increase even more, we go check out Tradeline Supply, TradelineSupply.com. And what they have is a calculator where you're going to be able to put in the exact account to see what it will do for you in terms of your age and how much it will bring down your utilization. So it's another play if you're having utilization issues. But let's go say we add a card that has a 30-year age history. Now our average age gets 5 years plus at least on the low side. So when we have this credit age point, now we got 10 primary accounts, our utilization's in shape. Guess what? Now we're in position. If you having utilization issues, another thing you could do is you could use a debt consolidation loan, right? You could go check out happymoney.com. You could check out credible.com/debt consolidation. You could also check out meettally.com, right? You can use these, go get a loan, and then take that money to be able to pay down your credit card utilization. So now we can be in shape to go get the bag on the business side.
38%. That's the amount of entrepreneurs that are struggling to get their business funded because their personal credit isn't where it needs to be. Now, you can look into alternatives like corporate credit cards and vendor accounts, but the truth is the easiest way to get access to 5 to 6 figures in funding is to have good personal credit. As an entrepreneur, the stress of trying to build a successful business is already enough as is. So why work harder than you need to when you can simplify the funding process by getting your credit restored? My company, Takeoff Financial, has served hundreds of entrepreneurs just like you by helping them avoid the pain of getting denied for business funding by restoring their personal credit, and we want you to be the next one. So click the link above or below this video to secure your free consultation, and let's put you in position to get you funding that your business needs.